Good morning, patrons. I hope you're well. Welcome to the fixture announcement for the 2025-26 season, although it looks like we've already got it. Timestamp this is 8:47 a.m. UK time. Let us know if you can hear us loud and well in the chat. And also let me know if you can hear this. That's a keyboard. If you can't, you shouldn't be able to hear it. I'm hoping not. Let me know if you do hear that, though. Because then I won't do it. But otherwise, I might be typing while I do this stream, trying to update in terms of fixtures. Shout out Andrew Parker's in, Paul H, Alex Turner, Thomas Jones, Tim Matthews. Hope you're all well. Pillows Pen says, "Morning, James. What's 5 realistic transfers you'd like Spurs to make?" Realistic, cool. Delap, shit, that's gone. Cunha, no, that's gone. Realistic. Let's get into Villa. We know they need to sell before the end of the month. Ezri Konsa. There you go. Ezri Konsa's my Romero replacement. There you go. That's a random one for you. Adam Wharton. I think, look, realistically, my friend, with Tottenham, I think we should probably be operating in a window that's primarily outside the Premier League. Although expect Semenyo links to ramp up because, as I've been telling you consistently for a week, we will not be buying Brian Brumo. He's going to Manchester United. Stian's in says, "Good morning, Joe Pickerel. Morning, mate. You've seen the leaks, Wolves away from me. Burnley at home for you. Lucky lad." Yeah, I mean, there's bits of saying. So I've seen Liverpool's kind of opening 6, City's opening 5, Arsenal's opening 6, United sound like they got a rough start. I know Tottenham got Burnley at home and then Manchester City away. So it's United, Arsenal. So we think the first TV game is going to be Liverpool, Bournemouth Friday night, Villa, Newcastle the Saturday lunchtime. I think it's Wolves, Man City the 5:30 on the Saturday, Chelsea, Palace, and Arsenal at Manchester United on the Sunday, and Everton at Leeds on the Monday. The early FPL implication that it doesn't look great for game week 1 bench boost is my initial reaction at this. So I think West Ham are at Sunderland, aren't they? Neil Thompson says, "Morning all. Most is slightly off topic, but do Man City and Chelsea have a pre-season if they reach the Club World Cup final?" I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they arrange a game with each other. It's possibly going to be quite dependent in terms of how far they go. There's every chance there'll be nothing. I'm sure there'll be something at least like behind closed doors, but in terms of something in terms of public viewing, yeah, if they get all the way, there might be literally nothing. Mr. Feeper says, "Morning, James." Andrew Parker says, "Morning all. Who do we think is the first manager in threat of the sack following these fixtures?" Sounds like Ruben Amorim, doesn't it? It's not great. It's not great for United by the sounds of things. It's a tough start for Lego Ed as well. United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, Forest at home, Manchester City at home. Is Arsenal's first 5 I've seen. Everton's first home game at Bramley Moor Dock is going to be against Brighton in game week 2. I've seen all of the Newcastle fixtures and all of Sunderland's fixtures. Newcastle got start with Villa away, Liverpool at home, and then a trip to Leeds. Also got Arsenal at home, game 6 as well. So full opening day fixtures: Liverpool, Bournemouth, Villa, Newcastle, Brighton against Fulham. That's the one I couldn't remember in my head. Brighton against Fulham. And then we've got Forest against Brentford for whoever Brentford's new manager's going to be. Tottenham against Burnley. Wolves against City. Chelsea against Palace. United against Arsenal. Leeds against Everton. Man City's first 5. Wolves away. Tottenham at home. Brighton away. Manchester United at home, Arsenal away. Liverpool first 6. Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, Burnley away, Everton at home, Crystal Palace away. We're all pretty sure all this information is going to be a massive shock if it's not correct. We think it's all pretty reliable what's going around at the moment. We are 8 minutes away from the official announcement. As said in the chat at the top, guys, if we can mainly keep it in terms of towards fixture questions, but I don't mind if, like Pirlo's pen, if you've got something else you want to throw in, feel free to to do so. Obviously, is predominantly a fixture stream. I will cover every comment in here. Like last year, it's obviously a wing it. There's no kind of set plan to this. We'll just have a look at things as and when they drop. We'll look at teams individually a little bit more once we've obviously got everything in. Stian's in, good morning, buddy. Neil Thompson's in, morning. Andrew Parker says, morning all. Who do we think we've done that one? Chris Church says, good morning, James. Hope you're enjoying the summer and the Club World Cup. I'm enjoying the summer. I really wanted to watch Mamelodi Sundowns last night. And actually, I did still watch the opening sort of 20 minutes of their game. I couldn't be doing any more of that. It's it's largely gone to expectation. I think what I said on the Q&A on Monday is quite right about it. I really need some South American teams to do well. If they do badly, it's not going to be good. That tournament needs some South American teams to do well. It really does. Joe Pickrell says, Liverpool have a tough start again, according to the league. Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home. Now, you good, Joe. Matt Bryant says, morning, James, and all. Seriously considering bench boost game week 1 this year. Leaks suggest it's on. Question. We need to look in a bit more detail because one of the real relevance is the game week 2 fixtures. So, the perfect example would be treble Tottenham at home to Burnley, wild card out of it, looks good now, with Tottenham going to Man City in game week 2. So, but others need to fall into place like that. And in terms of, it's not great that I would say of the expected, let's say expected top 6, and I put Newcastle and Villa in there at the moment, not United and Tottenham. Obviously, Villa and Newcastle play each other. Liverpool, City, Chelsea all have okay fixtures, I would say, in Bournemouth, Wolves, Crystal Palace, respectively. They've all got a high price ticket in Salah, Haaland and Palmer respectively. So makes it tricky. Let's see. Pricing is going to be important for it. What I would say, Matt, is definitely going to need some enablers that are going to look good. Good morning, Mark Dorney. Hope you're well. Cloud Sky Fantasy Football Show says the full list is out there. If it turns out to be correct, and assuming neither reached the FA Cup final, Spurs with a possible Friday game in 37 if Chelsea reached Europa final. We got Chelsea's last home game or last away game. Chelsea aren't in Europa though, mate. So I got some bad news for you, Ian. They're in the Champions League, mate, aren't they? I know they won the Conference League, but I'm pretty sure they didn't qualify for the Champions League. As Gary Reza will tell you, he says Chelsea have a mini tournament at Stamford Bridge, 8th to the 10th of August with Milan and Leverkusen. Thank you for that. On my planner, on sheet 1, not sheet 1, sorry, one of the sheets. I'm going to be updating loads of stuff on there today. I have got pre-season fixtures going in. If anybody spots any new pre-season fixtures for their clubs, by the way, drop me a tag on Slack. I generally will appreciate it. Lemon says big first 5 for City after the Club World Cup. And good morning to you too as well, Gary. Shamil Galani says, from the leaks, doesn't appear anyone has a great set of fixtures to start. All mixed bunch. And first day doesn't look great for anyone to target. The mixed bunch is great for the game, by the way. It's great for fantasy. If it's like, it's tough. That's what we want, really, from the fantasy perspective. Darren Ashman says, hello, mate. How are you so sure that Boomer won't be coming to Spurs? Wages. He could walk into Tottenham as the highest earned player, and he's already been offered like 100,000 more than that at Manchester United. He's going to Manchester. He's not going to Tottenham. Luke Boy 123 says, happy with, as a Liverpool, important to have easy fixtures on those games, which say they're 8 o'clock as they are midweek. We have very nice fixtures there, and a very good morning, James. Good morning, Luke. Good morning to Colin Johnson, who's messaged me on Patreon. Hope you're well, mate. Welcome to all of our patrons, and Jacob. Hope you're well, mate. It's even the free members have got this one. Hello, shout out, free members. Pay some bloody money. I'm joking. Hope you're well. Darren Ashman says, thoughts on Eze to Spurs possible? More likely than Bumo. We know he's got a release clause, but we keep hearing this release clause is complicated, and we don't really know what that means. So yes, possibly. There's also an element of are Palace going to be in Europe or not, as discussed with Rory yesterday. But I think with our change tactically now, it's probably, I'd love him, but it's probably not priority. I think Tottenham are going to be kind of slow burners in this window. Just to warn you now. Levy won't spend the money. No, Thomas Frank needs to look at the squad. He's quite bloated. He needs to know who he needs to get rid of. Cloudy Sky Fancy Football Show says, oops, instead of Spurs, read Liverpool. Instead of what, Liverpool against Chelsea? Liverpool not in the Champions League as well, mate. James Morrison says, which game weeks surround the Super Cup, Spurs, and the Conference Playoffs, Forest? So, Forest Conference League playoffs will be between game weeks 1 and 2 and game weeks 2 and 3. So they'll obviously have Sunday fixtures in 2 or 3, although they could have a Monday fixture in game week 2. Technically, Super Cup is 3 days for the start of the season, which isn't. It's not ideal for. I mean, obviously, it's not ideal. It's not ideal that Tottenham have got a great fixture game week 1. In a weird way. Good morning, Nico. In a weird way, we'd kind of wanted something that might have got moved to the Sunday, just something to give us an extra day. I suppose we can't complain at having a decent fixture 3 days after that Super Cup final, and it can't go to extra time either. It's worth saying. We are 2 minutes to 9 o'clock officially, guys. Dave says Liverpool at home to a Kirkes and Housenless Bournemouth. I think, has anyone else had the impression that Milos Kirkes really wants to join Liverpool? Sweet Blues says, I guess we expect Man City and Chelsea to play in game week 1 now. Otherwise, they would have scheduled to play each other. I don't think the fixture list would have come up with it scheduled to play each other. I think it's worth noting now as well that the fact that it looks like, I'm assuming from the way I've seen the fixtures laid out, that Chelsea's going to be 2 o'clock on a Sunday and City's going to be 5:30 on a Saturday, that Sky's picked them both up. Sky will be raging off their fucking tits if those games get postponed now. So I'm pretty confident, that they'll happen in game week 1. I think there was always a danger that the better the fixture looked in terms of paper for television coverage, the more likely it was potentially going to be that they'd still play in game week 1. The other clubs really want them to play. I spoke about this, might have been asked James last Friday, that the clubs see what City and Chelsea are potentially making in the Club World Cup, and their attitude to them is, well, do you know what? It's your fucking problem. You're making all this money. It is what it is. That's the view of the other clubs rather than thinking, I'll help them out. So I think like later in Europe, it'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe help and stuff. But at the moment, their take as a collective prior to the fixtures coming out was, nah, Sodom, they're making enough money, and kind of difficult to argue against that. It probably would be right to move those. I mean, it being serious here, there isn't a reason. Certainly that Chelsea Palace couldn't be moved back as long as Palace is still in Europe. Wolves City is a little bit more complicated because Wolves would have a League Cup tie in that midweek, I think, between game weeks 2 and 3. But you're not going to move for one and not move for the other. Look, I think there may still be a conversation that happens should one of these two clubs get to the final. But at the moment, yeah, we should assume they're playing. Darren Ashman says, any news on Arsemanship returning next season? Nope, I wouldn't have any intel on anything like that, mate, at all. So there's game week 1 fixtures have been confirmed, by the way, exactly as I said to you, and as obviously was being leaked around. So that's the exact schedule for game week 1. Forgive me while I go and look at Tottenham's fixtures. That's quite a kind start, which means there's going to be an inevitability of what I'm looking at later on. Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, all in a row in November after a trip to Everton, and Villa at home before that. Yeah, it's a tougher run. December doesn't look too bad either. Palace away, Boxing Day. Oh, good. I don't have to go. It'll be on the fucking telly. City away, I knew, game week 2. West Ham away, game 4 is early. Leeds, October. What's my final game? Everton at home. Final game. Sean said Tottenham away, game 1 with his predictions. He's got game week 38. See, our last away game's Chelsea. The running still doesn't look too bad. Yeah, there's a couple of blotchy periods we've got, like end of January, City at home, United away, Newcastle at home, Arsenal at home. Even that, 3 of the 4's at home. Forest away is my birthday. Yeah, that's Not too bad. I mean, first 6, Burnley at home, City away, Bournemouth at home, West Ham away, Brighton away, Wolves at home. Yeah, I don't. That's pretty kind. I don't think we can have many complaints with that, actually. But it's strange. I'm not looking at the fixtures and thinking like, oh, there's a really, really terrible period there. Like when we've got Liverpool, we're surrounded by Forest and Palace both times. It's right. I mean, it's obviously that's challenging, but it's not. We don't have too many. The periods we got like this is kind of like United, Newcastle, Arsenal together. So I guess yeah, from mid-October to probably playing, I guess running through to Liverpool in December is not great, but he's not terrible either. There's 5 home games in that period against Villa, Chelsea, United, Fulham, Brentford. Like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'll tell you what I wanted to work out. Which ones are the midweek games that we've got? Newcastle away is in midweek. Fucking hell. Babes. Newcastle away is a midweek. Brentford away is a midweek. Bournemouth away is a midweek. Lots of away midweeks here. It's very kind of you. Newcastle at home also appears to be a midweek. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that on Spurs. Let's do another question while I look at someone else. Darren Ashman says best kebab near Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. No, chicken, mate. Scrap that shit, mate. Go to chicken. The kebabs around Tottenham aren't great. Be real with you. Not great. Shout out to Talon Adim who's posted this. So these are the fixtures on the blank weeks, which will be relevant. I'll do a piece for the advanced certainly later. So March 21st is game week 31. That will clash with the Carabao Cup final. See my teams playing Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, Wolves, Man City against Crystal Palace, Newcastle against Sunderland, which I think is what Jack's saying. Will Northumbria Police be bricking it, having to rearrange the time we're derby to midweek if I ever reach the League Cup final? Yeah, possibly. I mean, Sunderland aren't making it, are they, Jack? Let's be honest. United at Bournemouth, Liverpool at Brighton. I'm not going to cover every fixture there. Chelsea at Everton. So, what I would say with that week, just glancing at game week 31, there isn't a big meeting, I would say. Yeah, there's no meeting there from the expected top 8. So it's Villa, Newcastle and the greedy 6. There's no meeting of the expected top 8 in the blank game week of 31, which will clash with the Carabao Cup final. Game week 34 is FA Cup semi-final clash. There is one expected top 8 meeting there. That's Arsenal against Newcastle in game week 34. Liverpool host Palace, United host Brentford, Tottenham go to Wolves, Manchester City away to Burnley. So a few there. Chelsea are at Brighton. There are a few there that could land as half decent double game week fixtures. Shout out who you want us to have a look at in the chat, guys, and then we'll obviously go through them. I think from there will probably be the best thing to do. Will Akbar says, "Hey James, which game do you most look forward to as a Spurs fan each season?" Game week 38, mate, when it's over. Game week 1, Burnley at home. Which one do I look forward to most? There isn't one. There isn't one. I can't wait for that one. I know which one I don't look forward to is fucking Arsenal, isn't it? Because we home or away in the first derby. So away in November to Arsenal. Home in February. Okay. West Ham away September. Home is January. Chelsea, we know, away game week 37. Home in November. It's a fair little split. No, I wouldn't say it is not a particular fixture. I think, yeah, that's the one will that I particularly look forward to. It'll be game 1, Burnley at home, mate. James Morrison says, looks like the game week 1 leak is correct. It certainly does, mate. Stian says, tell Nico something for me. There were only 10,080 minutes in 7 days, and that if she, I'll tell him she, yeah, works 24 hours with no sleep and no food, really don't think Lily can do it. Now for more fixture talk. Okay, mate. Addy Tour says, we know from when City was away at Spurs that opening day that Pep will start rotate whatever the fixture at the start. I don't think we should assume what Pep's going to do here, mate, because this is uncharted territory for both City and Chelsea. And there's an awkwardness to game week 1. One of the points I would add is obviously we kind of know really that Liam Delap will start game week 1. So Palace at home, yeah, that's decent. And again, you can bin it if you're not sure Jackson's going to come back and take his place potentially. Of course, you don't have to wildcard after a bench boost 1. It's just you can just focus all your eggs in game week 1 and pick up an extra weeks of information. I know people say it's too early, you can't wildcard game week 2. What you can do back in game week 17 when Salah disappears. By the way, yeah, AFCON, for those who didn't know, so Salah's actually going to miss the trip to Tottenham because that weekend, 20th of December, is the opening games of AFCON, and the final, I think, is January the 14th. I will have it labelled on my schedule, but I think it's a lot of games that could be missed in the Premier League. It's probably 5. Could be 6 for a team, I would say, that makes the final, quite possibly. Mark Dorney says, on Arseman, FPL Have a Beer was talking to Granville, best mate at Southerns, and he said it was staying. Okay. I thought I was Mark's best mate, but whatever, innit? Mark says, maybe in a different guise. I'd be surprised if anything's kind of been given the... Just check that's not, I think it will stay, or... James, I don't know anything. Please don't read anything inside. Generally, no one tells me shit. And actually, I told Mark as well, don't tell me nothing. James Morrison says, Opta rate Villa's first 5 as the best. Okay, let's have a look at what Villa have got then. So they start with Newcastle. So then that's interesting. So that, again, you think, I might want to skip that. But then, they've twatted Newcastle a couple of times in the last few seasons at Villa Park. Although Newcastle twatted them the season in between as well. So Villa's first 5 is Newcastle at home, Brentford away, Palace at home, Burnley at home, Tottenham away. I mean, it doesn't scream, mate. Doesn't scream at all. Yeah, there's 3 home games in there. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at October. Sorry. I'm saying Tottenham away don't scream. It's not part of that. Sorry. It's Newcastle at home, Brentford away. I don't know why Villa have done that. They've really labelled their fixtures weirdly. Newcastle at home, Brentford away, Palace at home, Everton away, Sunderland away. Then Fulham at home, then Burnley at home. So I would say more of interest of that would be Villa's first 7 is pretty good, mate. So Villa's... I wouldn't look so much at the 5, because then I think there's a continuation. Go back 2 home games, Fulham and Burnley after that. That's pretty good. So for Villa, excellent first 7, I would say. First 5, again, doesn't grab too much. It's 3 away games in now. Sweet Blue says, Chelsea's first 4, all in London. Palace at home, West Ham away, Fulham at home, Brentford away is quite good. Particularly, obviously, after... You're obviously going to do some travels, aren't they, for the Club World Cup. So... I wonder if there's anything coincidental in that. Probably not. I mean, it's not like City could have had United away, I suppose, but it could have maybe had a Burnley away before a home game or something. Maybe that's not proved to be the case, right? Joe Pickles say, I'd say City's is quite balanced as well. Nothing too good or bad. Okay, let's have a look at Manchester City's. I did read out the first 5 earlier. Let's have a look at City's start. So Wolves away, Tottenham at home, Brighton away, Manchester United at home, Arsenal away, Burnley at home. Into October, Brentford away, Everton at home, Villa away. City, interestingly, I know Aston Villa at home. Game week 38. Memories of KDB to Gundogan and that comeback when they clinched the title in 2022. City play Arsenal at home in game week 33. So that could become part of a double. That's not great, is it? They played Chelsea away the week before as well. City's fixtures against Liverpool are, I will tell you, they go to Anfield in February, early February, and they host Liverpool in November the 8th at the Etihad. They have Nottingham Forest away, Boxing Day, which currently the Boxing Day fixtures are scheduled for the 27th, the Saturday. I'm pretty sure there will be fixtures on Boxing Day on the Friday. Very surprised if there's not. But I think that will be a little bit dependent on what's happening midweek before. There might be Carabao Cup quarterfinals, I think, from memory, maybe that midweek before. Lemon says, little stretch between 31st Jan to 21st of Feb for Spurs. Looks tough for Spurs depending on cups. Yeah, so probably won't do well in the cups for sure. Don't want another trophy, do we? That'd be weird. Jack says, just do the usual Newcastle away stuff for Sunderland away. Dave says, Salah, Haaland, captain's first 6. Bournemouth, Tottenham, Brighton away, Burnley away, Everton at home, Burnley at home. Interesting. Are we saying Haaland game week 2's best captaincy then, are we? Is that what we're saying? Probably. Ben Wardrop says, City have a very kind December. Let's have a look then. So Fulham away, Sunderland at home, Palace away, West Ham at home, Forest away, Sunderland away. Yeah, maybe so, but I'd probably more clump that in as Christmas fixtures. It's Chelsea at home is the first in January, rather than necessarily looking at the month. So it's 4 fixtures for all teams. Well, it's 5 fixtures in this Christmas schedule this year from the 20th of December to January 7th. So City's 5 fixtures over the Christmas period. West Ham at home, Forest away, Sunderland away, Chelsea at home, Brighton at home. It's still pretty kind, I would say, yeah. Not quite as kind as the December looks, maybe because of that Chelsea fixture. Birth Media says, not sure about the lap comment. I think it will be uncertain. Competition will be great for him and Jackson, methinks. Jackson suspended game week 1. That's what I'd completely forgot when I did the video last week. So if you were looking to bench boost game week 1, I mean, how high can they price him? 7, 7.5? Go much higher than that? Like, I think him getting close to 90, and clearly whoever Delap and Jackson plays regularly afterwards, they're going to nick each other's minutes. I think that's probably fairly clear. I'm sure Gary would agree with that if he's still in the chat. But Delap will start game week 1, and you would think that would be close to 90 against Crystal Palace. Right, if I'm bench boosting game week 1, he's probably going to go in. I would think. Every chance, yeah. Donald D says, on AFCON, possible for players to miss game week 17 to game week 22-23. Yeah. Aditor says Salah might miss Arsenal away then. Highly likely will miss Arsenal away because I think that's in January. I'll have a look at Liverpool's fixtures for you now. So Liverpool's first 4 is Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, Burnley away. As I said, they will start the season. That Bournemouth home game is in February. Thank you very much, Liverpool, for actually making me have to go all the way into your website to find your fixtures, where I now have to accept cookies. Thank you. And still can't see the fixtures. Biggest club in the world. Yeah, cool. No, I don't want to buy a Liverpool shirt, do I? You fucking melts. God, this is an awful way of looking at it. First Merseyside derby is at Anfield mid-September. And also got Chelsea and Manchester United back-to-back in October. Although that's interrupted by an international break, those 2 fixtures. That's quite a tough period, I would suggest, for Liverpool here. So looking at it from the sort of that game at 5, Everton at home, 6 is Palace away, 7 is Chelsea away, 8 is United at home, 9 is Brentford away, 10 is Villa at home, 11 City away, 12 Forest at home, and I won't include West Ham away. Therefore, December looks quite kind. So games Salah would miss, and I guess Obviously, other AFCON players. Do they have any others? Probably not. There's no Asia Cup this time, by the way. So Tottenham away, Wolves at home, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Arsenal away, maybe Burnley at home. So obviously, look, a blow that he'll miss the Arsenal Tottenham away game. The thing is, you can say, yeah, Tottenham, whatever. Tottenham and Arsenal, just on the face of it, are two games where Liverpool could drop points. So, and Fulham lost at Fulham last year. It's hard. You can say Wolves Leeds at home's kind. Yeah, I don't think that's ideal. Actually, I don't particularly think that's ideal. And so then we're thinking about him. We're saying that run from sort of 6 to 12ish or so is quite tough. Maybe he could be taken on this time. Maybe. Thank you, Liverpool, for making me go all the way into double clicks in your website. Joe Pickle says Villa's last 2 games. Ouch. Let's have a look back to Aston Villa then. Last 2 games. Liverpool at home, City away. Thing is, though, you can say that, and title might be done, right? These teams might have top 4 wrapped up. They might be focusing on cup finals. Might turn out to be a blessing. So, look, I think in your minds, if you're a Villa fan, you're thinking, target be top 4. Right, we'll have top 4 sewn up before the last 2. Sure. But it might work out a blessing. Got Tottenham at home start in May as well. But their April's pretty kind. Their March is... But January and February looks pretty kind. Obviously, kind of as a natural consequence of finishing with City and Liverpool. I'd say their Christmas is pretty rough. So their Christmas fixtures, I've just noticed... is that right? Fixtures being repeated in December. I'll come back onto that. So Villa's Christmas schedule is United at home, Chelsea away, Arsenal away, Forest at home, Palace away. That's interesting. Right, who's my team playing twice in December then? I've just not... Fucking hate that they do that. There's a fucking overlap. I know why it's done. It's to even out the spread of home and away games quite often. So who are we playing twice in December? Oh, Brentford. Frankie boy will love that, won't he? Right, Lee Jackson says, hopefully we'll have the league won by then, Joe. See, lacking confidence as usual. Gary Reza says, Jackson will also go to AFCON, but our fixtures then aren't great. Let's have a look at Chelsea's Christmas period. In fact, we've not really done Chelsea's fixtures, have we? So, Chelsea start with Palace at home, West Ham away, Fulham at home, Tottenham away, Wolves at home, Burnley away. So I think that's a pretty decent first 6. Fucking hell, Chelsea done the same thing. They've gone August down to November, so scrap that. Chelsea, sorry, August. Palace at home, West Ham away, Fulham at home. September, Brentford away, United away, Brighton at home. I'd say that's still reasonable. Liverpool go to Stamford Bridge in October. Chelsea's Christmas period is Newcastle away, Villa at home, Bournemouth at home, City away, Fulham away, Brentford at home, the weekend of the AFCON final. Addy Tour says BBC Football has a page where you can just click on each team fixtures. Thank you very much, Addy. Mark Dorney says Wolves Christmas bad. Let's have a look at Wolves then. I think Wolves, what they want to do with Christmas is they don't want teams ideally travelling too far. And I do feel like some of the Midland clubs tend to cop the big clubs, like you kind of Wolves, Forest and stuff, that tend to cop some bad ones normally around the winter period. So Wolves, let's run the Wolves start first. So City at home, Bournemouth away, Everton at home, Newcastle away, Leeds home, Tottenham away. That's fairly indifferent, I think. It's okay. The Christmas period, and by the way, this comes after Arsenal away, Brentford at home, Liverpool away, Manchester United away, West Ham at home, Everton away. I don't think it's that bad, but if you look before and after, it's rough as well. So, as a collection, I think this is probably more what Mark's getting at. If you start from... To be honest, you could start from the start of November. This is Wolves. Start of November, running through to January. I'm going to read all of it. Fulham away, Chelsea away, Palace at home, Villa away, Forest at home, United at home, Arsenal away, Brentford at home, Liverpool away, Manchester United away, West Ham at home, Everton away, Newcastle at home, Man City away, Bournemouth at home. That's November right through to January. Now, of course, consequence, last 6 fixtures looks really good for Wolves. So when you get clusters like that, it's natural that there's going to be parts that look better elsewhere. Tom Hyom says it's going to be interesting to see how Forest start. Decent first 5. Let's look at Nottingham Forest, who obviously start opening day with against Brentford. They too very kindly have posted nothing. It's such an easy win for these social media teams to just post some fixture graphics, but okay, whatever. Forest start with Brentford at home, Palace away, West Ham at home, Arsenal away, Burnley away, Sunderland at home. So, yeah, obviously Arsenal away is obviously particularly tough, but I think it's an opening 6. That's pretty good. Then there's Newcastle, Chelsea going into October. Their Christmas is Fulham away, City at home, Everton at home, Villa away, West Ham away. Tough finish, probably, looking at this. Final 4, Chelsea away, Newcastle at home, Man United away, Bournemouth at home. Sam says, apologies if it's already been asked, but when are the international breaks? So it's the usual. There's September, October, November, and then March. So March after game week 31, after the Carabao Cup final. I'll tell you exactly. So the international breaks are after game week 3, after game week 7, after game week 11, and then after game week 31. You will have, by the way, you might remember last year, the FA Cup quarterfinals were after the March international break and then Premier League fixtures in the midweek. There are European fixtures in that midweek after, and it is FA Cup quarterfinals again. We said that the schedule would be very similar with just slight nuance differences. So there will be a period, there is going to be a period essentially for, you would assume, at least a couple of Premier League teams. They are not going to play Premier League football for a month. Pretty much from the weekend of game week 30 to the weekend of game week 32 will actually be 4 weeks, 28 days between those 2 game week weekends. So, and you're going to love the season after, kids, because there's a 3-week break for internationals. Yes, really. It's all announced in the calendar already. That's for the 26-27 season. Rhino says, we go to Anfield while Salah away. Leeds are staying up. Coming in, let's have a look at your dirty mob head. See what you've got to start with. Dirty Leeds. Marching on together. Yeah. It's not great, is it? Everton at home, Arsenal away, Newcastle at home, Fulham away, Wolves away, Bournemouth at home, Tottenham at home, Burnley away, West Ham at home, Brighton away, Forest away. So I'll tell you what, actually, kind of for opening 9-10 or so is actually pretty good. Your Christmas, you mentioned there, obviously, Salah would miss the game against you. I've got some bad news for you, Ed. They've got some other pretty good players. Leeds Christmas is Palace at home, Sunderland away, Liverpool away, Manchester United at home, Newcastle away. Running not too bad for you, Ed. I think that's pretty good. That's important. Final 4, Burnley at home, Tottenham away, Brighton at home, West Ham away. And actually looking at March, April, doesn't look too bad either. So yeah, you've got a fucking rough winter, mate. November through to February is not good at all. Partly because you don't play Tottenham in that period. Sweet Blue says 5 through 9 looks excellent for Wolves too. Yeah, Lemon says, what game week will be Amrim's last chance? Right, let's have a look then at these Manchester United fixtures, because I mean, very well documented that it obviously is a rough start, and there's obviously going to be pressure on Amrim right from the start, fairly understandably. So United's another one that want me to go to their website. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. They do have some graphics out, Manchester United, but they're nonsensical. As said, they'll start with Arsenal. That's the first 4:30 Sunday kickoff. Fulham away, Burnley at home, City away, Chelsea at home. It's not that fucking bad, is it? I get it. It's Arsenal, City, Chelsea in the first 5, but it's not that bad. Then it's Brentford away, Sunderland at home. Look, if they get to the second international break and they're in deep dire shit, and then they're about to go to Anfield, first game afterwards, then I think clearly there's going to be concerns there. But I'd say, yeah, look, yes, United have 3 of the last season's top 4 in the first 5, and you can say all 4 of them in the opening 8. But Arsenal at home opening day, Chelsea's at home as well. They won at City last year, ironically. So City's first 2 home games will be Tottenham and Manchester United. Now that's really difficult to kind of, I was going to say engage, is not the right word, but comprehend just how easy or difficult those 2 fixtures may be at the moment, right? Do you view that as clubs that are kind of projected to finish sort of between 6th and 8th, or are they the clubs that finished 15th and 17th last year? I mean, it's probably more the former, right? So not necessarily too great home. I'd say they're challenging home games for City to start with first 2. Let's have a look at City, because I know obviously we'll talk about potential Haaland captaincy, and I guess that what I'll be doing later today and kind of prepping through the next few days, looking at best captaincy matrix and these sort of things. That's not Man City's website. That's in Chinese, James. So that's not particularly the one. Yes, I should have taken Addy's point to just go to the BBC website, but I didn't really want to do that. Because if I can find a one graphic fits all, like Manchester City's is very useful, thank you. We did look at City. So Wolves away, Tottenham at home, Brighton away, United at home, Arsenal away. I mean, there's nothing from that opening 5 that screams at me about Haaland. Even I'm talking about even including my team in there, because there's an unpredictable nature to it. Burnley at home, Brentford away, Everton at home, Villa away. Doesn't particularly scream. I think their December's great. So I think what I would say is the more striking bit to me early, with Salah going to AFCON, Haaland will be in everyone's teams over Christmas, I think. Looking at even in the probably in the run up to it as well. Look, other players may step forward. I mean, if Marmoush is an 8 million midfielder and he's getting close towards Haaland, the case say just go down that route, right? I have no idea what Marmoush price is going to be, or even how it would be classified. City's end of the season is average. I'd say okay. Joe Pickle says, sorry, mate, I know you've covered it. Is AFCON the usual time, January, Feb? No, it's from December the 20th. It's from that weekend. So it runs through over Christmas. So it starts December 20th, and the final, my planner has been posted. I can tell you exactly when it is. In fact, yeah, bear with me. I'll give you the exact dates. So the first game at AFCON is Saturday, December the 20th, and the final is Sunday, January the 18th. And match day 7 of the European fixtures for Champions League and Europa League teams are the midweek after that final as well. You've also got over that period FA Cup third round, League Cup semi-final, first legs as well. Lemon says City's first 5, Wolves away was the only one they won in the last minute. Next 4 they lost all of them. But is that as a consequence that, so Tottenham and Brighton were at a similar time. United at home was kind of a weird one in early December, where they were kind of still at the tail end of that kind of October to December run. So they've all landed in that. So you're taking from that specific period. And Arsenal away, obviously, yeah, fine. They got twatted there last year. Dan Marston says Sunderland enabler might be okay for first period. Some more at home games plus Burnley away. Let's have a look then. We looked at Leeds and I think we said their start's not too bad at all. Let's have a look at Sunderland and we'll have a look at Burnley afterwards as well. So you mentioned them Sunderland home games. West Ham at home, Brentford at home, Villa at home, Wolves at home. It was a bit scarce though for some reason. I have 4 home games. The other teams that have this, I don't know why it just looks worse with Sunderland. 4 home games from August through to the end of October. Away trips to Burnley, Palace, Forest, Man United, Chelsea. Doesn't stand out to me. Dan, to be very honest, doesn't stand out as bad. Doesn't stand out as particularly good either. Sunderland would be absolutely thrilled with their away trips to Brighton on December the 20th and Tottenham January the 3rd and Brentford January the 7th. I mean, I realise that they're quite a bit north than many others, but they've given them over those 5 Christmas fixtures, 2 London clubs and a South Coast club away from home. Yeah. I get that probably everyone's going to have a bad one. That's quite rough on the supporters, that I must say. Let's have a look at Burnley. I mean, from Burnley, everywhere's a fucking pig to get to, in fairness. So Burnley start with Tottenham away, Sunderland at home, Manchester United away, Liverpool at home, Forest at home. Pressure on that Sunderland game. They go to City in game 6 as well. So your Burnley start is awful. That's not good at all. Tottenham away, United away, and again, I think you need to judge it more as Tottenham away and Man United away rather than last season. Liverpool at home, Man City away, all inside the top 6. They go to Villa game 7 as well. Fuck me. That's not good. That's really not good for Burnley. Fucking hell. Burnley have only 2 away games over their 5 Christmas fixtures. They are at Bournemouth and Brighton. What is going on? That's really rough for Burnley. And their end isn't great either. There's a lot of that. I think the more I'm looking at fixtures, you're seeing condensed people. Like Leeds is a good example. You look to like a 3-month block there and you've gone, that don't feel good. And so there's more repetitive fixtures from the opening 3 months and then going right to the end. A lot of, say, like Tottenham are playing Arsenal, I think like November and January, for example. There's obviously a lot of stuff like that, which is skewing for some teams look like they've got decent starts and decent ends. Sweet Blue says, that screams trap to me. Yeah, absolutely does, I think. Throwing any more questions if you've got them, guys, or anyone you think I've not had a look for. Let's have a look at Everton, obviously moving stadiums. When am I going to Bramley Moor Dock? I didn't take too much notice of that, actually. So it said Brighton at home is the first home game. I am going to Bramley Moor Dock. October, nice. So Everton's first home games in their new stadium will be Brighton, Villa, West Ham, Palace, Tottenham, Fulham, Newcastle. The first Merseyside derby at their new stadium is not until April, which is also game week 33. So game week 33, which in theory could be your biggest doubles, we've already ascertained that we've got City against Arsenal and a Merseyside derby there. That's not great. Okay, interesting. Birth Media says, have you got your thermal socks for Burnley away 24th of January? Yeah, I might skip it, mate. Is that when we got Burnley away? To be honest, it's so difficult to remember all the fixtures in one go, just kind of scanning them. And I guess you do first and foremost look at the start. Let's look at some of these away trips for me then. So Etihad is pretty much a given, I should think. Although I wouldn't be surprised if that's a Monday night. Because the way it works out with the fixtures, I think in game week 2, it might be game week 2, or it's game week 3, one of them, let's have a look, James, you'll fucking remember in a second, one of them could only be a Monday night game if it's a meeting of the clubs that are in Europe. So yes, will be game week 2. Of course, can't be game week 3. It's international. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Man City Tottenham's a Monday night. Doesn't mean I won't not necessarily go. I may well go. Makes first game review. Oh, that wouldn't be a second game review. Pardon, up to Manchester quite early. Could be awkward. West Ham and Brighton down the road in September. Leeds and Everton October, and they're spread by a good 3 weeks. So I need to get the words in. Only Arsenal away in November. So yeah, any European game away in November looks good. December, Newcastle away, Forest away on my birthday. Newcastle we said was a midweek, didn't we? Palace away, Boxing Day. Shit, be on the telly, wouldn't it? Fuck that shit. Unless it's 3 o'clock on Saturday. Brentford away. Will I actually get a fucking ticket this time? Bournemouth away. That's a midweek, isn't it? So am I going to be... Does that give me half a chance again? Surely I'm getting closer to getting a fucking ticket for this shithole. Burnley away end of January. So, see, I look at things like that as well. So when we play Burnley away, I mean, subject to what we get in the cup as well. But I haven't really got any kind of real long ones for like a month or so. So there's every chance I will go to Burnley. February, United away, Fulham away. So it's a nice spread. March is just Liverpool away. April, Sunderland away. We'll want to go, no doubt. Wolves away. And then May, Villa away, Chelsea away. So the away games are spread quite nice in terms of the distance. So that's quite good. That means I can have some good conversations. Joe says, when do game week 2 and beyond TV times get announced? It'll be pretty soon. I think what you'll get, the Premier League will put something up in terms of anticipation of when games will be announced. So I think you'll probably find it's common practice now that game week 1 gets announced with the fixtures. You'll probably get, I would say, game week 2 and 3 quite soon, I would think. So what was the season starts? What sort of August 14th, something like that. It's 8 weeks away, so you really should be getting, I think, arguably even before the end of the month, if not first week of July. I would say kind of like latest for the rest of August. And then you should get, I think, at least September and October, but I think before the season starts, I would say. You'll probably get September at some point through July. You may even get both. It should be, in theory, a lot easier this year. With Amazon not having, obviously, their 2 bits anymore, and obviously TNT have only just got 12:30, so Sky got such a monopoly over it now. TNT will still have some first picks and stuff, as Ian would be able to explain better than myself. But Sky have such a monopoly over it, they really should be much quicker this time around in terms of getting their schedules out. Mark Dorney says Chelsea best fixtures to start this year by the looks of it. We did look at Chelsea, didn't we? Sort of like with Liverpool, like game week 8, wasn't it? Remind me. Chelsea doesn't want to load for me at the moment, which is really convenient. But I'll take your word for it, Mark. I'll take your word that Chelsea's fixtures are quite good. Obviously, start with Palace. Right, I think I'll leave it there then, guys. That's been coming up towards sort of an hour. And we record Tottenham with Suj at 1. Get that posted for you sort of 2 o'clock-ish. Then Ask James will be at 3 o'clock. And I'm just smashing out stuff to go into the planner between now and then, basically. So I will do regular updates. So if you do, oh, James, you haven't done this. Yeah, I know. Okay. I'll try and get bits updated and out for you as quick as I can. It's not going to be like fully complete today. Fucking no chance. But as and when I complete bits during the course of the day, I will update the planner and post it on the James Planner channel. Thank you very much to all of you joined in live, and particularly those who contribute to the chat. Very, very helpful. Mark, Luke, etc. You're all very, very welcome. Have a great day, everyone. This is the bit where it feels like next season we can truly see it. For those on the audio, cue music, please, man child.